Hello everybody, Heather from 'Cause We Can Farms. Alright, I'm starting a new project since my sawmill doesn't want to play with me today. So, I want to show you something that on Mother's Day, my grandson and I planted a bunch of starts. And a couple of these zucchini we planted at my daughter and my son's house, my daughter-in-law and son's house, and they are ginormous. So I am horribly stunting their growth because I've kept them in the buckets. But this area, which is where I wanted to do a little garden, you literally, as you can see, I started digging right here, can go about 1 inch and you hit shale. So unless I want to bring in a bunch of topsoil, which I do not at this time, this area is not going to work. Hey, there's the sheep. So what I was thinking is this big giant hill here, when we leveled out the area for the RV, this area, this is what was the pile up from. So I'm either at the point that I need to just compost my starts, or I can just try to put them wherever I think they may grow and bring buckets of water to them. My gray water from the RV is what I plan on watering these guys with. So this actually works out. Oop, I made you short. This works out really well because my gray water is like right there, so I can run a hose to this particular spot, or I can take one of my big water troughs and put it right there and just dump out of it. Are you helping me? Are you helping me garden? Justin's right here. So that is what I am playing with today, just to get these in the ground. And this also might be a fairly easy spot to get a greenhouse cover over, because our first frost date is September 11th, and I have a lot of tomatoes and stuff, so I will definitely have to get a cover. And I do have some 10 by 20 carports that I could very easily put up that I got from Costco years ago, and throw a clear tarp over and keep these hot. So I have zero expectations of the garden this year. I just want to get these guys in the ground and see what they do. Like I said, I know that I've stunted their growth because I've left them in these buckets, and they would be doing a lot better. Actually, the one at my son's house is starting to give fruit, so the zucchini. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and try to get these in the ground and maybe have a win today. Get something accomplished. Zucchini. Oh, we're going to be serenaded by the sheep. These are zucchinis and yellow neck squash, and I figured this is what I'll be getting vegetables from first. I do have some peas over there, but I think I'm gonna maybe put a fence up or something on the back and try to gather from them. So I think I'm just gonna plant the zucchini here, and they're gonna be close together. It's literally not gonna be how you're supposed to do it. I'm literally just throwing things in the ground, and we will see what happens. Next year, I'm already planning next year's garden, and it will be way, way, way better. So I started these in these little bags. Let me get closer so you can see. From seed, and I really like them. They've held up real well, and the roots will grow straight through. So I'm really pleased with these. I will buy these again. think these are the yellow crookneck. I think these are the zucchini. They did shade out a bunch of these other ones, so they didn't start as well. And I think I have some bell pepper and some cherry tomato. I should have started at the top and worked my way down. That's so funny. Chloe, hey. We don't need your commentary. Probably gonna get to tomatoes last, so I'll plant them on top of the hill. And I have 72 starts, by the way. This worked out really well. And you flip one of these over on top and you make it a greenhouse when you start. Out together. Oh, these are yellow cherry tomatoes, I guess, right here. So I might, oh, they smell so good. So I basically planted, hey, quiet. I basically planted yellow cherry tomatoes and beefsteak tomatoes. I have no idea which are which because I didn't mark them very well. There, what are you doing, Naughty? Shoo shoo, shoo shoo. He just broke. Literally just broke that. I think that this is the row of bell peppers, and I did 3 rows of them. So that is not a bell pepper, that is a tomato. What you doing? You gonna get my stick? Are you gonna get my stick? Get my stick. Are you gonna get my stick? Oh, you're so scared of the stick. Chloe, okay, that's my digging stick. You'll take it. No, 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 you'll take it. So I'm actually going to be putting the sheep in there. I have someone that would like them, but she can't take them for 2 weeks. So I can get them in there and have them digging or eating, because there is actually I could plant on that ridge. It gets sun. Not a huge amount, but it does get it. No, no, no. So I've got the back and I've got the other side. I think that back side I'm gonna plant, I have some squash, so I think some pumpkin, I have some peas. I don't know, I might do the peas along that back right there because it's shaded but it's a little sunny, so it's cooler. We're getting ready to go into hot. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put the peas along that back section right there. And then I have a bunch of I have a bunch of corn that the sheep got out and ate a little bit of it, but they're still growing, so I'm putting everything in the ground that wants to be in the ground. And I feel like if it's still alive right now, it wants to be in the ground. So, I don't know if I should try to do another row or not. Peppers, I'm planting back there because I love bell peppers, and my goal with all of this was to make spaghetti sauce. And somewhere I have a bunch of basil, which I think was right there that died. So let's move around to the back. Well, I don't know if you guys got turned off or not. Really quick, this is what I planted so far on my little hill. This is terrible soil, but it does stay cool and retains moisture. So this backside, I'm gonna plant my 3 rows of bell pepper starts. Justin, don't help me. You're not a helper. Not a helper. Come on, not a helper. Justin, no, sir. Out! Justin, out! They have legitimately left this hill alone. That's why I decided, one of the other reasons why I decided to, hey, y'all are way crooked, plant it. And of course now, Justin's like, oh, Mom's there. I'm gonna get there too. So you guys, I know that these guys are totally being set up to fail. We're just gonna see what they do. I know that I'm planting them too close. I know that they probably aren't getting enough shade. It was either get them in the ground or put them in compost and start a compost thing. Hey, so this is what it looks like when we burn, and probably why people call the fire department. Let me show you. So when we were burning the other day, can you see that on the hill? Let me see if I can point. I'll hold everything with the plants. So right there is a giant smoky, obviously somebody's burn spot. When we were burning the other day, they called the fire department and they came out and they were super nice. And I'm sure you guys have already seen that video. At least I hope you have. If you haven't, you should go back and look at it. Because I have to say, we have very sweet, handsome firefighters here. Let me know if you guys have ever planted on a hill like this before and if it's worked. If you did well. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we have really good, a lot of roots in there. sweat. See, there's a lot of sun that shows up here. Make sure I get some of these bigger ones that seem to be doing better in the ground. Okay, so I don't know if I showed you these guys, but I love rosemary. It's one of my ultimate favorite herbs to season with. Woo! I'm just holding. All right, puppies. What are you doing? Are you barking at sheep? Chloe, let's not do that. Come on, let's show our garden. All right, so this is what I have left to plant. Here's where I planted the peas. Just a few of those. I have Brussels sprouts, which are these. I can kind of make out what I wrote on the thing. These are all bell peppers, okra, pumpkins, and then I have some sunflowers. Hey, hey, hey! Stop, stop, stop! No, we're doing. No, no. All right, and so this is what we have. Our hill. I've got everybody watered. What I'm doing is just taking my gray water from the RV, and so it's a little soapy, but that's okay. I think it'll help with bugs. This side I have some what I think are yellow cherry tomatoes on the bottom, bell peppers the next 3 rows up, beefsteak tomatoes on the top. We have zucchini and yellow squash here, I think. And then just a whole bunch more beefsteaks. This packet there is tomatoes that are for making tomato sauce. I can't remember what they're called, but they're the smaller ones. And then my corn, a whole bunch more. So I'm going to be looking for a place to plant these. I think I'm just going to throw them in the ground, and if they live, they live, and if they don't, they don't. That is kind of my belief system in all of this. I had it, I'm throwing it in the ground, and if it works, yay, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. We'll be ready for next year. So anyway, I just wanted to share my little garden with you, and the dogs have a lot to say to the sheep, and the sheep do not care. So even though today was a stressful day because the sawmill didn't want to work, I wanted to get something done where I could actually get something, make some forward progress. So that's what I did. I threw those suckers in the ground. I've been putting it off because I wanted to do it out here in front, and it was just to the point where they needed to go in the ground or they needed to be put in compost. So I threw them in the ground. We will see. We'll watch them and see what they do. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. There's a crazy lady on the hill making videos. You're going to want to watch her. Have a great weekend, y'all.